How's it going, people? Welcome back to AFTV and welcome back to a very special warm-up. We are here today at the Amex Stadium, Brighton.
Amex?
Amex.
Tell him Amex. It's Amex.
I'm more
When he's teaching me how to say words, you know I'm in
Yeah, I know. You know, you really butchered it. I'm more Amex.
Amex.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
We'll go with Amex.
We're going with Amex, people. That's what I'm calling it, so that's what it's staying at. It's the Amex Stadium, Amex to these two. Arsenal will be here this Saturday.
Reminds me of Monroe when I just couldn't let it go.
I
I had to jump in and be like, hold on.
I'm corrected
we're
now.
back.
Yes, nice though, isn't it? Look at it.
It is. Look at the pitch. Sweet. I can't lie to you. Listen, I love these kind of stadiums. It's the local club feel. It reminds me of the Highbury, you know, not in terms of aesthetics, but in terms of how close it is to the pitch, how small it is. And the grass itself, I'm looking at it, with the weather combined, I think it'll be an ideal day for some free-flowing football, end-to-end stuff.
Yeah.
It works into the hands of Potter and Arteta, I think, in terms of the style of play they want.
I think it's going to be a really entertaining game. Like, sometimes I try to take my Arsenal hat off and look at it for the neutral. I think if you've not got plans on Saturday night, I'd tune into this game. I think it's going to be a really good game because you've got two managers and teams who want to show intent on the ball, want to have a lot of the ball and be progressive in their style of play and kind of entertain. And listen, I know it's taken a while to get there with Arteta, but we know that that's his kind of long-term goal for this club and this team. So on the back of the Spurs performance, the way Brighton started this season, I think we can see a few goals here.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think I spoke to one of the staff members coming in here and he was like, it's like a mini Wembley. And I was like, oh, that's quite a big statement. But when you look around, like, it gives me that sort of feel. It really does. And you're right about it. It's going to be entertaining this Saturday because, listen, their last result was 1-1 against Palace. They got that last minute
They
winner.
could have gone top, innit?
Oh, they could have gone top. But Neil Maupay came in with the last minute goal, making it 1-1. It was a very entertaining game, and I feel like we're going to see the same on Saturday against Arsenal. We're coming off the back of, like you just said, a win against our North London rivals, and I'm excited for this one. And it feels nice to be here before it's going to be chaos here tomorrow, and we're all going to be singing along because me and you will be here as well tomorrow, me and James. It's nice, man. It's nice. I'm excited for this one.
No, it is exciting, and you look at how Brighton has started the season. I want to ask you two: is this the toughest game we've had since the international break?
You've got to say yes. And that's not because I think Brighton are pound for pound a better team than Spurs.
Yeah.
I think they play better football, I'll say that. But it's because you look at form and you look at how poor Spurs were in that game. I know we spent the last week really praising Arsenal, and rightly so, but I do think there's merit in the argument that Spurs were as bad as we were good. For sure. I don't think it's a case of we've necessarily made them look. We did in a lot of ways make them look bad, but when you look at some of the analysis that Carragher did in the week and you think, I mean, Spurs, oh my word.
Terrible.
And Potter, for all his kind of free-flowing, attacking football and everything, he's a structured manager. He'll, and by structured I mean organised. And and you know what, if Brighton need to dig deep, they've actually got a history of that in the Premier League as well. So I think there's going to be more to their armoury, if you know what I'm trying to say.
I get you, and that's why I asked the question, because, you know, on paper, obviously, Tottenham's the big one. But in reality, you look at how Brighton has started the season, you look at how Tottenham and even Burnley and Norwich to a certain extent, because Burnley are a well-oiled Premier League club. They have been for a few years, and there's an argument to be made that they are, you know, more established than Brighton. But, you know, we got the job done. We got the job done against Tottenham in more emphatic fashion, that's for sure. But was it down to Tottenham's poor performance, or was it down to Arteta and Arsenal finally clicking? And that's what Saturday against Brighton will hopefully show.
We'll find out, and I think it's down to both, Turkish. I think you've seen Arteta's plans slowly come together now. He's had everyone fit available for that North London derby. I think he's got one player out for this game on Saturday. But we saw the idea of the youth coming through and everything he's trying to put into practice. I think I saw a style of playing out from the back. We saw in the second goal, like, it was a beautiful, well-worked goal. I haven't seen that from Arsenal. I've seen a lot of goals come from transition goals in transition where the play breaks down and we counter on that. But against Tottenham, we were free flowing. I think the game on Saturday, against Brighton will be more of a challenge because we're away as well. I think we've got to take that into consideration. We will normally beat Tottenham at home. I think we had the home advantage. Again, we're away. I actually think Turf Moor against Burnley was a harder opposition than Tottenham as well, because going to Turf Moor and getting a result, it's not easy. I mean, last season we struggled. We didn't do that. So
we didn't.
So I think, this one going forward, Brighton will probably be a tougher opposition than Tottenham, but it'll be a very entertaining game. I'm excited.
We've had a different Arsenal. First 3 games, no goals, no wins. The next 3, 3 clean sheets, 5 goals scored. Burnley, Norwich, Tottenham, 9 points. How do you guys think Brighton are going to approach this game? Do you think they're coming to the game to take all 3 points, or do you think they're hesitant with the little resurgence that Arsenal have
They're
got?
uncompromising, Potter and Brighton. They put 3 past City at the end of last season. I think they've got a team that, I think Potter's philosophy, Brighton fans would tell us more, and in fact go watch Box to Box, which you're going to be doing. I get the feeling that his philosophy is, if we score enough goals, we'll stay in this division. If we score enough goals, people will fear us and we'll start to climb. You add a bit of quality and you build on that. I've always felt the first thing and the hardest thing to do is get the goals flowing, get the chances created. That's what's been Arsenal's biggest barrier under Arteta, is actually at times the defence looks like it's improved, and in possession we look okay. It's about, can you create the chances? Can you look like you can sustain pressure on opposition? And Brighton have that. And I think they'll look at Arsenal's last 3 games and go, okay, a bit more steel there than we saw in the first 3 games. But they'll come to attack us. And actually, that could be what suits Arsenal more.
I agree.
Because Arteta has thrived against teams that tried to take the game to Arsenal, but maybe not at it. You think the wins at Stamford Bridge, Old Trafford, at Leicester, teams, you expect them to, not want to say dominate, but have more of the ball than us in that game.
Even Tottenham, to an extent, I think the free flowing was part due to the nature of Tottenham, you know, trying to press from the front and high up
And take the game to us. And when the space opens up, we can kill them. So, we're going to do prediction at the end. But it kind of wouldn't surprise me if we win 3-0 or lose 3-2 or 2-1 or whatever. I'd be surprised if we got battered. I would be. But I think this could swing either way.
It's a great point. I think James said it perfectly there. I think we've got a back 5 that we're all confident with. I think it'll be interesting if we get battered. I don't think we will, but it'll be an open game. In their last game against Palace, they had 8 shots, 4 on target. Brighton had more possession. It's a very open game. A lot of chances being created. I think that's going to be the same on Saturday. I think it's whoever's the most clinical, if I'm honest. I think there'll be a lot of chances.
When we mentioned battered, the word battered, I know people are thinking, Brighton, you crazy. You should be thinking about winning. But I'm not doing it to disrespect Arsenal, because I am seeing signs of a new, different Arsenal, for sure, and credit the boys and the youngsters for that. I'm more trying to praise Brighton, because last season, their position was false. Like, for the football they played, the chances they created, their dominance on team, their position was false. And this season, again, probably false. I don't think they're going to end up, but they're deserving of being recognised as a very good team.
Again, you look at some of the games they played this season. Look, they lost to Everton 2-0 here, but they did have more possession. You know, and Everton's a team that I look at in terms of Arsenal and say that's kind of the level we're at now. The Evertons, the Leicesters, they beat Leicester here 2-1. So they've played a couple in and around where I see Arsenal should be at the end of the season, and this is just another test for them. Let's get into Brighton a bit. Let's hear some news about them. And
we've touched on it a lot. I mean, the big news is that there are injury doubts with Basuma. That's the last I saw.
That's massive,
obviously, at the time of watching this, there might be different reports, but that's a big one because he's the engine. I think Brighton have a lot of players that can actually do it at top 6, dare I say, Champions League teams. Your likes of Trossard as well, because really under the radar. What a good player.
He's got a couple of goals this year as well, I think.
He does. Neil Maupay, dare I say, he's a very decent striker, a bit of a poacher. He's got more to his game than that. But, especially you're talking about Basuma, Lewis Dunk for years has been a very established, centre-back in the league. Their goalkeeper's good.
Duffy, isn't it? I put him kind of similar.
And I think he went out on loan and came back, and he's kind of re-established himself. So there are some good players, and we've touched on it a lot, but in terms of, Leicester came and lost. I know Leicester are looking shaky, and that's being kind. But still, to beat Leicester, suggests to you, well, that game taught us 2 things. A, that Brighton aren't scared and they're going to take the game to the opposition. They score from set pieces. Danny Welbeck is offering a different threat up front to Maupay. But the big thing as well is that Leicester had 2 goals disallowed for offside after getting 1 back. And what that kind of says to me is that not everything's so assured at the back yet for Brighton. And I think we'd be silly to be cautious. I think this might have to be end-to-end, and we just got to back ourselves to score more goals.
Yeah, I think Trossard is a key player to look out for. He didn't have a great game against Palace, but he was at the players' necks. Like, he was always pressing, working hard. Someone to be aware of. I think my danger man for Saturday is going to be Neil Maupay. Ty probably won't be happy with that. But
Did you see the post? Brighton posted on Twitter.
Yeah, with him like this.
Yeah, they posted up next Arsenal or something with some emojis, and then there's a picture of Neil Maupay doing that.
No way.
With the eyes emoji.
Oh
yeah,
my!
yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
Ty's going to be here.
But I like that.
Saturday.
What more fuel do you need as a player to be like? I know that was Guendouzi's beef or whatever, but that's your chance to be like, okay. If you're Gabriel thinking, okay, surely.
Scenes if Ty runs on the pitch and knee slides in the 90th minute.
Imagine.
Check out his fan cam after the game. I'm sure if we win, it's going to be electric. But so he's my danger man. I think he's played 6 matches, scored 4 goals. It's a good start to the season. I didn't realise how good he was. He's come onto my radar really much at the start of this season. I knew about him obviously through last season, but very much this season I think he started sharp. Someone to be fearful of. I think we've got to be cautious. They play a 3-4-3. We've got to be cautious in their attack. But I think we have enough in this Arsenal side to win the game. And I'm not there tomorrow. I'm going to be here. So I'm going to quickly just move on to Spotlight on, someone who we should be looking at in the Arsenal side. I want to get you guys as well, who you think's the Spotlight should be on from Arsenal in this game. I'm going to start quickly by saying Mikel Arteta. Different one. I was going to go with Lokonga because likely Xhaka's going to be out. He is out for 3 months. I was going to go with Lokonga, but I'm going to go with Mikel Arteta only because it was so euphoric last week against Tottenham, and everything seemed to click and work. Maybe he could have made subs a little bit earlier before the end of the game, but apart from that, it was a flawless. I think he got it right. Everything right. I think it's flawless from him. So there's a lot of pressure on him for me going into this game. I need to see that. Again, consistency. I don't want to see him go over a completely different side, a different formation. I think you run with what you've got. So a lot of eyes are going to be on Mikel Arteta because now everyone's saying the process has gone bang, or the project, whatever you want to bloody call it.
Yeah.
So I want to see if that's going to continue.
Arteta's a good shout.
Yeah, he's a good shout. So was Lokonga. I was leaning towards Lokonga, but I'm going to go with Ben White.
Still.
Yeah.
Oh, actually. He's back.
Not because anything's caused doubt against Tottenham, but more so because he's a new player. He's a centre back that we hope will be with us for 5-10 years and so on, will grow and develop at this club. And Brighton is his old stomping ground, and it'll be interesting to see how he comes back in and how much it means to him and if he can kick on, if he can lead this team from the back to beat his old team and, his old team who are currently above us, who seem to be doing better off at the moment without him. Yeah. Come in, do your job, get a win, clean sheet, and we move.
I can't lie, that's a good one still.
Do you know what? It says a lot that actually, about where the club is, that we're going to say completely different people. Because you mentioned Arteta, maybe Lokonga, you mentioned White, and I'm going to say Aubameyang. And I know Aubameyang was your guy for North London Derby.
Yeah.
But for me, I kind of think, after the performance I saw against Spurs, do it again here. Slightly smaller pitch, or it looks a smaller pitch to me.
Yeah.
Smaller pitch. Does that ball stick as much? You're going up against physical centre-backs and Duncan Duffy.
Yep.
Dyer and Sanchez were poor that day. So can you rough them up here? Can you use all 6'2" of you to show us what we saw against Spurs? The space won't necessarily be there to run in behind. So this will be interesting how Aubameyang plays this differently. And we remember that in the last time when we won here, 1-0, Christmas, whenever it was, Lacazette came on and was the star, got the goal, and actually he kind of always suits the tighter spaces, the smaller pitch, all that. So I'm looking at Aubameyang.
That's why it's so important to see how Brighton approach it.
Yeah.
I actually think, Arteta's a good shot because this game, I think a lot of it rests on Arteta and Potter. Depends what Potter tries to do against us, and it depends whether Arteta goes with what's been working for him or if he has a rethink or rejig because of Brighton's form and because of Potter and his ability in the league. So it will be interesting. Usually we move on to predicted lineups here, but we are going to bring you guys a separate video for predicted 11. So look out for that. A few hours before the game, that will be out. If you have your notifications on, you'll get the notification on your phones, people.
There you go.
But we'll skip that and go to predictions now.
Yeah.
Where we start, I'll go first. I'm sticking with what I said on Forever Arsenal. I'm confident, but at the same time I'm wary. I know Brighton are the toughest team we would have faced following the international break and our first win at Norwich. But I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal win. I'm going to try ride the wave and see if we can get into that next international break 4-4.
I hope it is that result. I'm going to go next. I'm going to go for a Wretch 3-2. I think Arsenal will get a lot of goals. I think it'll be quite open. I do trust our back line to not concede that much, but it's going to be a very open game. I think goals will be leaked, so I'm going with 3-2. I hope a 3-2. We're very entertaining.
You don't want to say 3-1, no?
It's unlike. Nah. 3-2.
Where's the open top bus you was talking about last week?
We did it.
3-1. We did it. Where was I? I'm the one that got the prediction right.
Yeah,
It was fun. We popped champagne. We went. Yeah, it was, I don't know where you were. I had a great time. Do you know what? Plenty of people reminded me of that. What did I say on Forever? Did I say 1-1 or 2-2?
1-1.
Yeah.
Is that where you're at?
Listen, Cecil.
James.
And don't hate on me, but I've got this lovely ritual of backing against Arsenal and them surprising me. So I'm sticking with it. I think we're going to lose. No, I was going to say 2-2, but there's something about White, Gabriel, Tomiyasu, Tierney, Ramsdale, that new back four and goalkeeper. It doesn't feel leaky to me.
Feels safe.
But I'm also waiting for it to be really tested.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go 1-1. I think it could be a game of chances, open game, and many chances missed. I think it will be one of those. You'll be looking at the strikers thinking any of them could have won it.
Who knows Ben White better than Brighton Football Club? Strengths and weaknesses. So it'll be key to see how they try.
But then likewise, who knows what they're going to do better than Ben White? And I think he'll be saying to Gabriel, listen, Mopé likes to do this or he likes to do that. Welbeck stands here. This,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the 2-2 you're going with.
You're going 2-2?
1-1.
I think the Lewis Duncan Duffy thing you spoke about earlier quickly, Jay. Turkish. I think that's a big factor. I don't want to see crosses into the box tomorrow. And I feel like that's what we're probably going to see. And they will clean up. Aubameyang's not going to be winning those headers. Like, we need to put it in between the lines, really, and have runners off the ball to really get a result and get these chances converted. But will we see that? I don't know.
We'll see.
I said 3-2, boy.
We'll see. The lineup pretty much, is starting to pick itself. But like I said, people, we're going to get into that in the Predicted 11 show. Look out for that. A few hours before the game, Brighton kick-off, 5:30. And yeah, that's it for the warm-up. Love James, love Cecil. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Predictions, lineups, who's the spotlight on, the key battles, everything, people. Let us know. Like, share, subscribe, do all of that. Love for the love.